I hate that. All right.
All right. So there was a question that was about to be asked, but we had to wait for the recording and Drake. So I don't remember what.
I had to take me something.
Oh gosh, she's so. Okay, so my question was, you know how we had the conversation before as far as the generate like the girls in your guys' generation on how they're so independent, I guess you can say. What
Okay.
was your
Yeah.
first impression of Alexis?
She was a
When I
spoiled
first
brat.
met her,
Ooh, Dre. Really?
Yes.
No, really? No, she wasn't. You
I mean, when I
spoiled her.
first met her, I think the very first day I met her, it was on our birthday actually, and so I guess Cool Car Collective is what I can think of. But I guess as time went on, we weren't necessarily always in the same circle, but she was always busy.
Oh, okay.
Just a busybody for the most part, because she's in organizations and doing academic stuff, and I was
Oh, okay.
always in like a piano room practicing piano. So our circles didn't connect until my junior or senior year. I was
2015.
so that would be my junior year. Yeah, because I graduated 2016. Yeah. So that was and at the time, I didn't know much about it, so I didn't know she was like the most independent, strong black woman. So I kind of was just like, okay. But then I think after a while, I noticed that she was like the entrepreneurial type of woman.
Oh, okay.
When did you graduate? 2017?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2017. Yeah. So that would
So,
be the
do
first.
you think it's a difference with a California girl versus Texas?
Yeah. Them different
Yes.
them different women.
We a different
Right.
breed.
Yes.
Is it a
Yes.
difference?
Yes.
And what is the difference?
There's it. Okay, for me, there's a difference, and here's the reason why. Because I'm from Los Angeles,
Okay.
and I didn't move to Texas until I went to HT.
Okay.
The women. Okay, first impression for women out here. Oh, goodness gracious. They had a forget it. They had a ratchet side to them that I was not used. It was a southern ratchetness to them. But I
Okay.
can't say the same for the West Coast because it was a bougie side to them. It's
Right.
kind of like
Okay.
upbeat side to them. But as I gotten used to both sides, the southern hospitality of women is much more present and obvious than the West Coast. I guess. When I left California, all I heard and knew was um, the women in California were very materialistic. They were basically saying, if you ain't got a car, you ain't being with me. Or if you ain't got a job,
Right.
you ain't.
Okay.
Out here, I guess because I was in school, is a little bit more understanding. Um, they were like, we're both in school, we're still trying to make ends meet, and if you ain't got a car, it's all good because we're both living in the dorms anyway.
Right.
It wasn't
Okay.
a big
You didn't
materialistic
feel
thing.
that pressure.
Oh yeah, even if I did, I didn't care because I didn't impress nobody but myself and my parents at that point.
Okay.
Um, and I didn't get a car until I left college, so you know, no one really looking for a car for me anyway.
Oh,
I have a
Get it up.
question. I have a
Go ahead.
question.
Who's talking?
This
My
my
is
grandma.
mom.
this is
Oh,
Alexa's
okay. Because
grandmother.
the screens
Hi.
go off or switch off every so often.
Oh, I have a question, and this is for both sides. Say you're in a situation where you're with a significant other. You guys have a great relationship. You've been together a long time. I mean, just real solid relationship. Everybody's good. What?
Oh, Jesus.
Not right now, but I will. Everything's good, and then one of the partners, it doesn't matter if it's male or female, they said, "Oh, well, I'm going away for the weekend with my girls and
Okay.
everything." Okay. Then when they come back, they tell you we got drunk and stuff, and I slept with this guy.
Yikes.
But it didn't mean anything. It didn't. I mean, it was just because we was drunk and it was just a physical thing. Could you
Excuse
forgive
me?
that person?
Did you say forgive them people? Did you say forgive?
Yeah, can you forgive that person? So your relationship has been perfect up to this
Perfect.
time. You guys trusted each other, all that kind of stuff. But
Basically, no blemishes on her record or their record, and they was a slip up.
Oh, it's over. I can't trust you. We're done. You belong to the streets now.
But
I
you
don't know.
guys, but when a guy messes up, that's double standard. Because when a
That's
guy
different.
messes
Well,
up,
no, it's not a double standard. It's not a
That's
double
y'all.
standard. I'm gonna tell
Y'all
you why.
decided to stay with it. Y'all decided to stay with it.
No.
Yeah,
For me, like, for one, that lets me know you're not a leader because you got so easily influenced to get that messed up that you made an irresponsible decision to go sleep with somebody. So that lets me know you ain't even got a good circle. Because somebody should have checked you and be like, hey, bro, catch yourself.
But
that lets me know two things.
The way. Mm-hmm.
But another thing is
First off,
you're irresponsible. Like, you should have some type of, like, you should be in the right frame of mind to at least know you're about to do something stupid that jeopardizes your relationship. So I'm good.
okay, so I'm gonna play a devil's advocate here.
okay.
No disrespect, but women are very persuasive in their words or whatever the case may be. Now, we both know that men sometimes follow their penises. Let's just be honest. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Drunkenness don't make it no better. It don't make it no better. This is not me excusing him for anything in that situation. However, let's just be honest. There are ways that women, if they want something, they find their little ways to get it. They find their ways.
And it
Let's
could
be
be
fair.
vice versa. It could
It
work
can,
vice versa.
yeah. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. It
It
can
can
be
work
vice
vice
versa.
versa. I mean, you're out with your
Yeah,
you're out of town with your girls for a weekend,
I agree.
and
I
you
agree.
really don't have no interest in nobody. But say you guys are in a club, you're partying in the club,
Mm-hmm.
y'all,
Mm-hmm.
y'all vibing on some good music and stuff. You're in the club, you dancing, you pumping it up and everything.
Oh God,
And all
pumping
that.
it up. We don't say that.
Let
Well,
us.
I'm with you.
my
I'm with you,
language.
girl. I'm with you.
And so, and I'm looking as a female doing this and everything, and
Oh,
you're
okay.
drunk. I mean, you're kind of drunk, and everything, and you've been partying with the same person all night, and
Chemistry.
maybe even say you and your girls met him and his boys the night before at a restaurant, and it wasn't nothing didn't go down, but just hey, we gonna part, we out here for this and we out here for that, and nothing happens that first night. So the second night, all y'all decide to get together and go dancing. Now
Nah,
everybody,
somebody playing that. Somebody
yeah,
playing
but
that.
I'm just saying though, if somebody's tipsy in the club because all your
Uh,
girls might not be hooked up with somebody. There might be a couple girls in the group that's single. So
mhm.
women, they can go, okay, well, we ain't gonna let you go by yourself. So yeah, we'll roll with you, even though we have significant others. We'll have a boyfriend or whatever, but we ain't gonna let you go by yourself. And so anyway,
Uh, yeah.
it could be
That's girl
the
code.
same thing. It could be the same thing for a woman. It could be like, you just might be horny into that moment, but everything is just vibing right and stuff. And
That means
and
Right.
you belong to the streets.
huh? No,
That
I
means
get
she
you.
belongs to the streets.
I get
I
you.
don't, I don't say she belongs to the streets.
No,
However,
no.
I know
But
it.
I
it
I
I
is.
know.
But it is
I'm sorry.
double standards for women, though.
Yeah,
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? It's truly a double standard. A woman can't do the same thing and be accepted like what men do. If men want to
Because
Well,
go
a
to the
woman
club,
most a woman most likely will forgive you. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I said the relationship has been perfect up to this point. You had no reason not to trust this person. A woman's gonna say, well, at least he came and told me. It's not like you had to hear it through somebody else, so you were sneaking around and found out or whatever. He cared enough. This is how some women will look at it. Not all women, but someone will say he cared enough about me to come and tell me and be honest with me. And
Yeah.
we have had no issues before this. And so, could a situation like that be just one hiccup? And could you trust that person again to think it's not going to happen again when everything else in
It's
your
gonna.
relationship to this point has been perfect?
Well, well, I would say depending on that relationship, again, from my understanding, women want safety and security from a man, right? And if he gave her that safety and security, it is harder for her to leave because she's going to have to start over and with that
Mhm.
safety, looking for that safety and security. Mhm. Now, if a guy does it, and you know, does not become committed, we basically from our side, we pretty much jump through hoops to not lose that good thing per se. And sometimes women make it hard to make it hard just to redeem themselves. And sometimes guys don't even want to entertain it because they know how sometimes they can be petty and make the forgiveness longer than it needs to be. Again, it's not our definition of forgiveness, but we can tell when it's being prolonged longer than it needs to be. This is just on this. Now, to answer the actual question, would I forgive her? I would forgive her. I would. It would suck. It would suck. But I have
But
to understand. Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish that thought. Let me hear what you're
It,
gonna
it,
say.
it would suck. It would suck. But because I understand the power of a relationship and commitment, and if I really care about this person, yes, people make mistakes, but it's going to be a harder iron hammer when it comes down to stuff like this again. Like if she says she wants to go out, with her girls again, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with you. Like it's not going to be a second chance in terms of because
Right.
now that first red flag just came up, and if you do it again, it's that previous experience is automatically going to in my head. It's going to make me question her, I guess, motive. You know.
Right.
Uh, so I don't know. I would forgive her, but it would take me some time. If guys are in the doghouse for whatever how many months, she gonna be in that same doghouse twice. I don't know. It's just one of those things.
Twice as long.
Oh yes,
But that's
yes.
what. But
Because
then the thing is, but when
going
you
over
say
two,
that though,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
when you say that, because then if it's that if it takes, because my thing is when you forgive somebody, and this is something that I learned late. When you forgive somebody, you got to let the past go. You'll never be able to let that past go because it's
Right.
always
Right.
going to trickle in the back of your mind. And
Mhm.
people in relationships need to realize if you forgive a person, if you absolutely say, I forgive you, let's make this work, you have to let the past go. Not saying
Mhm.
you're going to forget, but you have to let it go because you're going to keep bringing it up somehow.
No. I agree with that. I would never bring it up again because once I forgive. Because forgiveness is basically
Okay.
um, letting go of what they necessarily don't deserve,
Right.
uh,
Right. Okay.
almost like mercy. But again, the voices of concern will always be there, or I won't forget it. Um, and it's not me trying to be controlling of her actions in that situation. She would just have to look at it from this perspective. Because my experience, women always they're loyal, they're down for this, they're down for that. They will do anything to keep their man. But when they become unfaithful, they don't necessarily have an excuse for it. But and then on the flip side, it's not all men because we'll chase after anything and everything and just be mad at them. So when they do it, I was like, you can't preach something or you can't practice something that you don't preach or be a
Right.
hypocrite basically. Um, so again, if I want forgiveness, if I ever messed up in a situation, I would express it the same way. It's not fair
Okay.
for her for me to beg for forgiveness, but then she does it and don't forgive her and shame her and whatever.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
like and it also depends on the situation. If she lied about it, she say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to such and such's house," but then she ended
Yeah.
up getting caught in the video, and I ended up seeing it, and she's somewhere completely different. Then it's like, yikes! Now
No,
we got
that's
actual
a
pictures.
situation. I'm saying if after this happened, he or she, soon as they got back, they said, "I got something to tell you," and they told you. They were straight up. They
Oh,
were
they
honest.
admitted it.
Yeah, they told you.
Oh, okay. I will forgive them more because they told me they had enough courage and enough decency to tell me I was unfaithful, and they're
So Dre,
acknowledging their mistake. They're
so
acknowledging
Dre,
their
you
mistake.
wouldn't.
I can't forgive you.
Of course, Drake would.
I can't forgive you. Like, you just slept with somebody else.
I mean, I get why he
But
says
this
that.
was,
Trust me, I completely get
but
it.
this was the love of your life. Like this girl was truly the
The
love of your life.
the love of my life is Jesus.
Okay.
Bro,
Yeah.
we can't take you
Let's
nowhere,
start
man.
there.
We can't take you nowhere.
I'm just saying. It's
We
like
can't
I was
take
saying,
you
it's always
nowhere.
going to be in the back of your head. And that shit going to for sure be in the back of my
Right.
head. I just can't forgive you. Because
Yeah,
I'm going
he
to bring
right.
it up.
He right.
Every argument,
He right.
every time you tell me I can't do something, oh, wasn't you doing that with that other nigga? Every time. I'm bringing
Right.
it up. I can't forgive you. There's no trust. Every
Okay.
time you step out the
But
house,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
have
but
you
guys
ever cheated
sometimes.
on a woman? Hold on. Have you ever cheated on a woman?
I don't cheat. I might as well just leave you. I could just leave you. That's why I don't get in relationships.
I feel
Oh,
like
so you think
everyone's
I ain't
face is
playing?
saying you lying because they know something. Again, I don't know. It just was like,
Like, I can't forgive. I ain't got no time to be out here cheating. Like, I don't need to be with you if I got to cheat.
Right. Okay. I
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
But I don't forgive you.
yeah.
I don't forgive you. You dead to me. Oh, no. Too happy.
Okay, I have another question. I have another
Uh,
question.
lay it out.
Why do guys believe certain women when women said that they're on birth control and then they take the chance of going to somebody raw
Oh, they
when
just
they're just
foolish.
in the when they're just
Yeah,
in
They just foolish.
that's
the
stupidity
relationship?
in all angles.
That's just foolish. You don't believe them. You don't believe that.
Yeah, you never take that chance ever, 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 ever. Unless you see them take it physically in their face, take it. You don't ever believe. Sorry.
I better see the mark in your arm.
Wow. The
Why do
shot. No, no,
why do
no.
some guys
Yeah,
then take the chance of going into somebody raw that they might be at the beginning of the relationship or don't
they're
really
just
know them that
horny.
well?
They're just
Huh?
horny. That's all it is. They're just
Hey, it is
horny
what
and
it is.
foolish and
I'm just trying to
naive
hit
and
it.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
basically.
get it.
Basically,
I don't like
it is what
I
it
don't
is
like
at that
condoms.
point.
Okay.
They just want to
That's
get it
all
in
it
at
is.
that point.
Yeah, it's just foolishness and young mind thinking. That's all it is. It depends on which age you talk about too. If you're talking about like straight out of high school, early,
No,
you know,
I'm saying,
college days.
somebody, I say 25 and up. I mean, because the standards are different if that person was 25 and up, 35 and up, 45 and up.
Well,
Standards
Mm-hmm.
change as you
this
age.
goes back to this. This go back to this.
Yeah,
If you're not on birth control, you shouldn't be saying you own it.
But a lot of
mm-hmm.
women say that. Dre, a lot of
Then,
women say that. They'll say, you'll say, "Oh, I ain't got no raincoat, right?" And then
Mm-hmm.
you say,
Better
"Well,
bring
you on
yourself
birth
a
control?"
raincoat.
They say, "You on birth control?" Then and they say, "Yeah, I'm on birth control." I mean, some women will lie because at the time, they're ready to get down. You know.
That is true. Mm-hmm.
mm,
That's exactly how you got here.
I call them type of
Oh,
women
no,
trappers.
did you just say that?
Those type of
I
women
really did.
trappers.
Did you just say that?
Someone lied. Someone lied, and I have a baby. So therefore, I was responsible enough to take care of it.
Ooh,
This
That's
is a
right.
life experience. It's a life experience, though. But I love my kid. I love her very much. It was just out of unfortunate circumstances. Come here.
Oh, look at. Let me see her. Oh no, don't put her on social media. Oh, I hear her though. She the
Oh,
boss. That's
no.
right.
No, she's already on social media. What?
She the boss.
Come here. Come here.
Okay,
Okay.
so
All right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So,
Wait,
how
who?
does your generation look at marriage? Like, do you
There's
guys
no
I
point.
was
see
about to
yourself
ask that
getting
question.
married?
There's no
Wait,
point.
I was about to ask that
Marriage
wait,
is
I didn't hear.
essential.
I didn't hear the last part of your question.
How does your generation value and see marriage?
Oh, marriage
question. To be honest,
isn't a thing. Like no one value marriages is like just a status. Marriage isn't like valued like it was back in the day. People just get married for
Right.
money. People just get married for just to say, oh, that's mine. I'm married to that. Like we not like y'all back in the day. Like married for love. Well, we married for wealth.
Oh, okay. And you don't see yourself getting married?
Oh no, unless she got some good money, I can't marry her. I don't even see it.
Kevin,
Yes.
are you being serious?
I'm being dead ass serious. Like married for love.
Okay,
What is
I
love?
respect that.
What is love? Like
So,
people say, oh,
okay,
I
so
love you.
when you say that, so have you ever loved a woman?
Oh, one time, maybe,
Oh, that's
he
why.
said maybe.
Okay.
maybe.
Stop lying.
Oh,
You loved her.
go
Hey, it is what it is. We ain't gonna speak about all that. I said what I said,
Mm-hmm.
and she better have some money.
gotta have some money.
She better have some money.
All right. To be completely honest, I think marriage is just a spiritually legal way to have sex. Because outside of that, you can still be a partner with somebody. You can still build with them and do whatever. But you know, in the Christian world, they say you can't have sex until you're married, right? But they don't mention really anything else outside of that.
Right.
And so it kind of makes it seem like, well, if I can still build a wealth, or I can still build a house with somebody, or I can still build anything outside of that, but the only thing that is preventing us from being, I guess, sanctified and holy is because of the sexual acts, then that's what I think basically marriage is. It's only a commitment to have children to procreate in the eyes of Christianity and God. And
Okay,
it
I
kind
can
of gets
see.
discouraging now because, huh?
I can see that. Go
Oh,
keep going.
yeah, and it kind of gets discouraging now is because in today's generation, or even just today's time, we were saying like a few days ago that the average marriage now, the divorce rate is 50-50 on both sides, whether you're in a Christian relationship or not. So it's
Right.
kind of fickle if it's going to last or not. And so um, when I hear people from church saying don't have sex until you're married, and the stats show that the Christians who are getting married are getting divorced, what does it really matter?
Mhm.
If people love children, right, and people want children, right, and they
Right.
decide to have a child with somebody, and they both agree on it, but they're not married. Is it wrong? Girl, listen. I'm talking. No, I'm just listen. I got you. I still got you. All right. That's all I'm saying. I just think it's just a legal way a spiritually legal way to have sex with somebody. Because outside of that, you can still build an empire with somebody without putting a ring on it. And I think more so, um, most of the time what I see, women want the marriage more than the men because of the social status and the power that comes along with it and the attention that comes along with it. Not saying anything's wrong with it, but guys, as long as we have you in a relationship, that's all we need. It's more the presentation that the women want to show everybody else. Hey, he's mine.
Right.
Don't work. Don't touch him.
Right.
You know?
But it's also made me, from a woman's perspective, that you're really trying to take that final commitment. Like, I'm different from the rest. Not saying that you have to prove that, but your love and your actions by saying, I want to marry you, will seal that deal saying, like, I'm that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but you are that one once he says you are his one. But I think you just want it permanently, right?
Yeah, some women do want it
It's maybe it's
permanently.
like you want that proof.
I mean,
Yeah,
Like
I guess
you
proof
it
want
how?
can.
With the
physical.
ring?
Is it that we want physical proof in some form of fashion
It's
that that they're in for the
for the
lifetime?
Marriage,
women, sure.
but marriage shouldn't be a proof. Marriage should be, you should be in love when you're married. First of all, that's very important. But marriage is also,
Yeah.
like Dre said, marriage. A lot about marriage is a business arrangement. It really
Business.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a. I
So
mean,
it's
it's
basically
nice
about
to
money at
have.
this point.
I mean, I
Right.
believe you should be in love with your partner and whoever you're married to. But besides the love, it's a business. It's a business arrangement. I mean, if you're young, you get married because you're in love. You want to have kids. You want to, try to get that house with the white picket fence. You want both people to have good jobs, working towards careers. I mean, after the love and when you're younger, after the love and the kids and so forth, it's all business. It is. It's supposed to be a partnership. It's all business after that. After after the love and the kids or whatever, it's a business. It is. It's a business.
Right, because most people nowadays just get like the older generation. Like I see, most people nowadays are just getting married to have somebody to pass away with. And I'm just being honest. Like I'm not looking for love. I just want somebody to pass away with, or to have
Well,
nothing.
also, you're right about that, Dre, because also some people they want to get married because say they might have some stuff and they don't have no kids, and they love you, they don't have no kids or anything like that, and they might not get along with their family. And so they said, I want to make sure my family don't get a dime of my money. So, let's get married, because I do love you and everything like that. Let's get married because it's for companionship and it goes back to business.
Hmm.
So is marriage just a business arrangement? Because
No,
I
it
don't
it's
sounds
think
like
not
so.
just a business arrangement.
Most
I,
I
most
don't think
marriages
so.
end on divorce
But
because of money.
it's an addition to it.
Most marriages
yeah,
end because of money.
and even though I get all that, I just know that regardless of the quote unquote business arrangement, I have noticed on this end that women want to be married more than men because again the safety and security that he
Mhm.
yeah,
provides. Now
yeah.
Okay,
I agree
the
with
you
the
that.
could be married.
controversial part of it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trey.
Oh no, I was gonna say you could be married or single and still not have safety and security with someone. Just because
You
that's
see
just
what I'm
that's,
saying? Yeah, yeah,
that's just a piece of paper saying, "Oh, we legally together."
yeah.
That means it's your bullshit is my bullshit now. That's all that is. Your
Right.
bullshit is my
So
bullshit.
when I see it,
Legally.
yeah. So
Yeah,
when I see
legally.
it, when women say they want to be married, it's like, okay, I'm offering you this safety and security already without, a ring on it, quote unquote. So what exactly are you missing?
The
Because
50% when they leave you.
well, not just that, but
The what?
I mean, if
I
they
was saying
if
the
they if they
50% they
that's
what they take when they leave.
well, not just that, but a lot of marriages end because of not because of the love. It ends
Money.
because you can't agree on finances. They, or somebody cheats or whatever. It a lot of marriages end because of the business part of a marriage, not because of the love. It ends a lot of times because of the business part of the marriage. You spend too much money, or you don't, or you don't have you didn't have what I thought, provide
That
the
you
kind
have?
of
Yeah,
lifestyle
I
I
get it.
Well, yeah, bro, you can love someone you can love someone all day, but if they bleeding you dry and the family dry, oh, this is no longer what is that damn word? This is no longer important. It's no longer important to me to have. Like
So,
you
so
costing me money.
are people getting married for the money in the business arrangement?
Yes, people are getting married for
partially.
connections. Yes, like your family got
I
this,
think our
my family
generation
got that.
is. I
Your
think
family
our
got
generation
this, my family got
is.
that. Right, like we doing it for connections. It's not
Well,
about
I don't
partly.
agree with.
It's
I don't
that
agree with
I
that.
think
The only
it
thing
could
that
be
comes into
status.
play is the only thing that comes into play is when you start having children.
Right.
A lot of,
Okay.
people don't want to have illegitimate children. I mean, they don't. I mean, especially way back in my day, but even now, I think sometimes the reason why people your generation get married, they do get married, is if they have a child, or they, and you got those who get married for love, and you got those who said, you know what, I love you, I do love you, um, and we're doing great as a couple and everything. But if we pull our resources together, we can be the damn bomb. Legally together, we can go out there and buy a
Right.
house. We can do this, we can do that, and then because you a lot of times you'll end up having kids anyway. And if you're with that person, it's going to be with that person. People don't want their kids, if possible. I know it happens a lot more now, but people don't want to have. In my day, people didn't want to have illegitimate kids, so that was a reason to get married too. Because if they wanted to have kids, they wanted to make sure their kids at least had a chance of having a father in the household and so forth, and not be a single parent.
No,
But you guys do,
that I can agree.
but you guys kind of do stuff different. You guys are, to me, this generation, when you guys do have kids out of wedlock or whatever, because we can throw the wedlock out the door. When you guys do have kids, I think you guys are much more involved than our generation was. My
Really?
generation. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, I know they say, oh, they just leave all these. No, I think you guys are more so involved with your kids than people have been involved with their kids in the past. Because in the past, men looked at it at that's a woman's role to take care of the children and all that kind of stuff, and so they weren't as involved with their kids as I think you guys are now at this age.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's definitely, I can
I
definitely agree on that. 'Cause all my friends that got kids, they always got their kids. I don't never hear with the mama. I'm like, bro, you always got your child. Like, man, it's my kid.
It's my child.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my kid.
And do you think it's because our generation, we had like a lot of like our fathers were absent a
That
lot
might
for
be
our
Our
generation?
generation?
Hey, my
Yeah,
daddy
for
was
our
a CPA.
generation.
No.
I feel
No.
like it shot up with our generation. I
I
really
think
do.
it shot up when we were born forward, our generation. That's just me. Again, because I have all of my friends who are guys. They all have fathers. And they're biological fathers. Every church that I went to, and I went to like Sunday school or vacation Bible schools, every single boy had a father. So I knew nothing else but fathers there. So I don't say that like every single statistic is, I mean, not every single experience is true, but I know now this generation it's more active because one, we are virtually seeing fathers, black men getting killed like it's just a trophy thing on CNN or Fox or whatever, and they keep showing their kids and their mothers when after the after and now we're starting to realize that it is important to have a father in their life because again, when they grow up, this continuing generational curse always keeps happening. So a lot of people are trying to avoid that by any means necessary, and guys are actually like um, realizing that because they didn't have a father, they don't want that to happen to their kids. It's kind of like I don't want that same experience. It's almost like if someone went to jail and they knew someone who was on the way to jail and they knew that experience, like, no, man, don't go there. It's not for you. It's not for you. Same with abandoning someone's kid or their child. I have yet to see someone or hear about someone dipping out on their kid this generation when they find out the girl is pregnant. I have yet to see it, even though they're not together or whatever the case. It's just more the fact that Black unity is coming together finally. Finally, I think is coming together.
Yeah.
And it took what is it? When did Malcolm X die? 60 something. It took basically 2 generations for his prophecy to basically come back up. He was basically saying that eventually, when we are fed up, we are literally going to join together and take over, or at least build our own wealth or build our own whatever. Now look what's happening. there are more Black-owned businesses than I have ever seen in life.
Yeah.
Online or whatever the case. I have seen more Black millionaires and billionaires than I have seen ever in life nowadays. So people I think are starting to wake up, and what inspired it to me are the Black families that are whole, i.e., Will Smith and Jada, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Michelle Obama, the list can go on at this point, you know. And so the fact is that we're actually seeing this. People want to flex their money and show that Black families matter, you know.
Now,
Right.
So that's how I see it.
Will, Jada and Will, they kind of have that open marriage thing. What do you think
Hey,
about that?
no, they don't. No, they don't. Don't be
Yes,
speaking
they
on
do.
them. We don't know
They
them.
do.
We don't know
They
them.
do have
I
open
thought they
marriage.
did.
They've
Yeah,
had
from my understanding,
they
I
might
thought
not
they
have it
did.
this minute. They've had an open marriage in the past.
Bro,
How do you
no
feel
other
about
man
that?
can be sleeping with my wife. No other, like, y'all see where I stand on that. Another man can't be sleeping with my wife. That's just
I
not
don't
enough.
care, so
No, I
that's
agree.
not gonna work for me.
I agree.
But I got a question
I
for the
agree.
I got a question for the
Okay.
woman on the
Okay.
line. Why does age play a factor when dating someone? Like there's like why does if a younger man try to approach you, you guys want
Because
to give
it
him a
takes,
chance?
So
from what I've seen, it takes men longer to mature. So we typically like to
BS.
go for
I hate
somebody
that.
our
I hate
age
that.
or older.
You know, that's subjective for the simple fact that some of us young dudes,
Yes.
i.e. like myself, I'm out here doing it way bigger and better than some of these old heads y'all be going for. And I'm just gonna speak upon that. Like, hey, y'all don't want to give us young
But
dudes a shot?
hold on, no. But look at but you already said you don't want marriage, you don't want kids. You already have no's on your list. So an older woman who may want those things is not gonna even play with you or entertain
Well,
They're
you.
not going
I'm
to
not
entertain you,
gonna.
bro. They're not going to entertain you.
The
You know,
only
that's
They're
thing,
not going to entertain you.
that's
the
objective too.
only thing,
Oh
no,
my God.
the only thing I would want from a younger man, and this is me being the oldest one on
It's a
here.
good
The
time.
only thing, yeah,
Sorry.
that's the only thing a young guy can do for me. I'm serious.
It's a good old time.
It's a good time. I'm here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Cause your brain
Yeah,
ain't ready for no commitment.
Who's?
That's not true. That's true.
That's not true. Like, I've been committed before. Like,
So,
I've been in very long relationships, but where have they got me? Nowhere. Heartbreaks, disappointments, broke accounts, like stuff like that. Like,
can I chime in on that situation? Maybe it's because you're not giving them what they want, i.e., a relationship and children.
oof, I can't be giving people out here kids, bruh.
But seriously, I feel like you will have a better life if you give them something that they
Bruh, I was just
require.
in
Not
Brazil.
everything, but something.
I was just in Brazil last year, so if I'm out here having kids and stuff, I definitely can't be taking trips like that no more.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot. You cannot leave a pregnant woman while you on vacation. That's a frowned upon.
It is frowned upon. But I'll give you a
It's so much
story.
frowned upon.
My Ellington's mother left to a concert in Brooklyn when she was 3 months old. Ellington's 3 months old. Did it bother me? No. It would have bothered somebody else? Yes, because most women would not leave their daughter, who's freshly born, to go to meet her brother and go to a concert. Again, that is not everybody. However, it's possible. Are you really gonna trip about it?
Yeah.
You gonna okay? Well, hey.
Like, you just
Yeah.
gonna go leave? Like, you just gonna go? You just had a baby.
Dre,
Now you gonna go vacation?
Dre, I think
She just carried a baby for 9 months.
It doesn't matter. You need to take care of this baby too. You can't go on nobody vacation. We got responsibilities now.
She put the breast milk in the freezer for you to make sure that the baby can
I said
survive
what I
with
said.
your arms. She
I
got
said what I said.
everything
I
set
stand by
up.
what I said.
So it's not like
He
she just
said, "I
left
said
you
what I
high
said."
and dry.
I stand by what I said. I have spoken.
yeah, but Dre, you being
Okay.
good today. But I listened to the other podcast, and part of the thing too, you're talking about, why wouldn't the older one want to be with a younger guy and stuff like that? Like, I think you should be on TV somewhere. I've said that. I watch these podcasts. You need to
Bro,
be
you
a
make so
paid
many hits.
comedian.
I'm so
You really
serious.
do. You need to be a paid fucking comedian. You really do. But at the same time, but I'm a little different. I think a little different. But somebody else might have looked at that podcast and they said, now if I was going to be with a younger man, I don't want one that's going to refer to women as bitches.
I never call no woman a bitch. I don't refer to them as that. Did I say that?
Dre,
Yeah, you did.
Dre, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's been a couple of times on both podcasts.
You did. You did.
Unconsciously, subconsciously, whatever. But
it wasn't no couple
because
times. It was a few times. I don't have a problem with it because I'm not your bitch. But
What was the topic about?
Several times. But
If
I'm
you
just
look-
saying.
If you look at the last episode, there was a couple
you
of times.
said it a few
But again,
times.
some
You
people
did.
take offense to
But
it.
Yeah. I need to quit smoking.
To somebody older that may be interested in somebody younger, they're gonna say, I don't know about that one. Unless you get one that say, yeah, call me a bitch.
Oof.
Okay, so that is a question I have. That's the question I have. Why is it okay for a woman to call another woman a bitch, but if a guy does it, it's frowned upon?
Well, I think it's in the context that it depends on how you say it.
Right.
I mean, if you
Okay, if we're saying it in a joking manner like a woman would.
You're not gonna be like, bitch. Like, you're not gonna.
I do. Hey, you gotta be out there.
No, you not.
Hey, act not. You can act.
I look at it different because sometimes a woman deserves to be called a bitch, just like a man sometimes deserves to be called a bitch or a prick.
No, don't call me no bitch. Don't call me no bitch. I take that very offensively.
Exactly.
That's very offensive. That's very offensive to a man.
That's
the some men that act like a bitch
for a man.
It's some men that act like a bitch.
Like, don't call me like I get hurt. My heart.
You sound passionate like
Your
we
ego.
do when y'all talk.
Like what? Like excuse what? That hurt.
Now you get how we feel. You don't like it, do you?
Well, I don't call
Okay,
females
so I have a question.
way.
I have a
Like
question.
this.
What if you had an argument with your significant other and you was actually acting completely irrational and he said, "Stop acting like a bitch"?
That wouldn't bother me because
That wouldn't bother me.
Okay.
That wouldn't bother me because I probably deserved it.
But-
I probably was acting like a bitch.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
gonna say I ain't
So
no
when
bitch,
will it? When does the line get
I'm
crossed?
gonna recede.
I was gonna say the younger people will be different about that.
I'm gonna say I ain't no bitch, but I get what your message is of you need to chill out.
Ugh.
So when does the line get crossed?
I think
For
the
him to
line
not
will
call
get.
you.
I think a line will get crossed. I think in that situation, because I know if I'm in an argument with somebody, I am being a bitch. I'm being a bitch and all other kind of other stuff.
Boy.
But I think if you're going out on the street and you're saying, and you've been with this person, whoever your significant other is, and you go, oh shit, let me go home to my bitch. I think that's in that context. Let me call my bitch. Man, I got to go.
So you don't like it being expressed to other people in the public of them referring to you as they bitch, but you would rather prefer them say, I'm going home to my woman or something?
Yeah, let me go home to my girlfriend, my woman, my wife or whatever. I'm going home to my bitch and stuff. I'm going to bang this bitch, my bitch, real quick, man.
Devil's
That's
advocate. Devil's advocate.
like that.
Devil's advocate. Women like to call themselves bad bitches, and I don't get that.
Well, see, I don't call myself a bad bitch. I don't get that error. But that's the young people. Like, they listen to that damn.
Yo, you're right.
Meg the Stallion, like, they just
Meg
live
the Stallion.
off of that.
Oh, I
Like,
hate
you
that
don't be
song.
dancing
I hate
to
that
it.
song.
No, I really don't care for her like that.
Did you play
I don't
Trina?
either.
I played Trina. Now, Trina was
What's
girl.
her famous line?
She
But
a
my
freak.
point
No.
is, Trina, my girl. That's what I grew up on. Trina, my girl.
But I don't
Trina
think
and Lil
Famous
Kim.
line. Where do you think people were inspired in this current
I
time?
understand that, but
to say,
Trina
I'm
didn't.
still the baddest bitch. Like,
She
Trina.
did, but
I don't like Go ahead.
I'm not one. The way y'all generation like praises Meg the Stallion, and I don't see
I
her
don't.
context. I don't
I don't
understand
praise
it.
her.
I don't either.
I just think she got strong needs.
I don't think people are praising Meg Thee Stallion, but I think people are like, I gotta give it to her. She a rapper. She going to school and she's actually doing something with her platform.
I don't even
besides
think
20.
they looking at her going to school. I really don't.
I don't even know what school
I
she
think
goes
it
to.
gets overshadowed.
That's why I say I gotta give her props because she was going to school and still doing concerts, and on
I
top of that,
understand
what
What
that.
she
school did
wants
she
to do
go
with
to?
her degree, is something I barely hear celebrities say they want to do when they do get a degree. So I was like, I
What
gotta
school
give
did
her
she go
props,
to?
huh?
What school did she go to?
I don't know.
You see? Okay. Yeah, it's just
Well, I
like
don't.
it's
The
to me
one
it's
term
irrelevant.
I don't like when that term when people say I'm a boss bitch. I'm like, come on
Yeah,
now.
I hate that. I hate
I
it.
hate that
I hate
term.
it so much
I'm a
like
because
boss
it
bitch.
gives us permission to call you that.
Yeah, I don't like that term. I think
Mm-mm.
it's a it's a derogatory term to yourself. Oh, I'm a boss bitch. I'm this bitch. I'm that bitch. Oh, don't mess with me because I am that bitch.
I'm just saying. We live in a day where shit. If you a boss bitch, you a boss bitch. Cause I done seen some boss bitches out there. Like, ooh, okay, boss.
I
Okay,
won.
man.
I won. Your cousin won. But
Look,
you
look
got to
it.
go out there and say it.
Well,
but you
sometimes you
don't.
gotta let these hoes
Yeah,
know. Sometimes y'all gotta let these hoes know you playing with the wrong boss bitch.
but
You,
I mean, I guess
I'm just saying.
but you know what? I don't never put myself in a situation where I gotta let nobody know anything.
Well, it's
That's
not you.
just me.
It's not you that putting yourself in a situation. It's the haters that put you in that situation.
Oh, I have them every day, but you know what? I don't even go to their level to where it's, I need to entertain it because my money good. You
See,
know what I
your
mean? As
money's
long as
good,
my
living
money
good,
is
eating
good,
good. But
long
sometimes you just
as
gotta
my
show them
money
better than
is
you can show
good,
them.
long as my
oh,
money
that
is good, like I explained situations to Alexis with the corporate world and what I deal with sometimes. But I be like, at the end of the day, boy, my check look good. You know what I mean? I don't even entertain it because I don't take it home with me.
But
So
our
whatever my
generation,
check
they
is,
not paying us enough to deal with some of the bullshit they
Right,
be throwing at us. So sometimes we
right.
be like,
Yeah,
you
they
got the
are.
right
Yeah, they
plan
are. Yeah,
today.
they are.
I'm gonna
No,
find
they
another job
are.
that pay me the same money, if not better, because we don't get paid
No,
enough for that. I
no,
don't
no.
get
We do. We do.
figures to be
We
having
get
somebody
paid.
talk to me any type
We
of
Bro,
way.
get paid a
And
lot
you
more
make
than
30,
common situation in your grandma's
35,000,
generation.
barely $40,000.
bro, I ain't never been paid at a job enough for someone could talk to me crazy. It ain't enough money in the world for someone to disrespect me because they my boss. It ain't enough money in the world. They don't pay me enough. Like Alexa said, they don't pay us enough.
okay,
My
I'm
mama,
gonna
So
say
what's
this.
enough to get paid to do that?
nothing.
Right.
You can show me respect, nothing. Cause my own mama don't talk to me that way. My own daddy
Well,
don't
it's
talk to me that
like we were raised, don't let nobody disrespect you. But then when we get older and we like, hey, it's like, no. There's limitations to that. It's like,
Well,
no.
there
We figure
is
out how
because
to
at the
there
end of the
is
take it. I
day,
feel like we take it and run with it. I feel like that's how our
no,
generation is.
hold
no.
on, but I think at the
Go
end
ahead,
of the
Tasha.
day,
You can say the same thing. It's all about what I'm
it's
bringing
all about
home.
right. At the end
It's
of the
all about
day,
my
We
check.
At the
not
I
end of the
bringing
day,
much home. That's the part you're not getting. We don't have
but see,
6
it's.
jobs. We
but
ain't
when
even
you
I
have
got a
that
close.
question. I mean,
mentality, but when you have that
yeah.
mentality, you're gonna fail yourself.
Yep.
And let me tell you why.
Yep.
Because you
Yeah,
have to play a certain. Listen, just listen. When
I
you're
was
in this
agreeing.
corporate, when you oh okay, I couldn't hear you because I got kids outside. So when you're in the corporate world, there's a game that you have to play because you have to remember we have two strikes against us when we walk in the door. We're black
Straight
and
up.
we're women.
And we're women.
Period.
Yeah.
So when I go to work, I have to go above and beyond than Sally that sits next to me. I always do. I've been in the corporate world for 20 years. There's not been one time where I've been treated fairly. Never. I
And
get
that's so
looked
that's
I get
true.
looked upon differently. Like if I was to speak out or if I was to get an attitude and say, I'm not working with her, I would be the angry black woman. I would be labeled that.
With an
Versus
And you might
now
attitude.
lose
if,
your job.
now
Right.
if Sally does it, oh, she's just so stressed out. Let's just not let her work with that person. And it could be the exact same situation. And we can have the same reaction. We can talk the same. We can have that attitude the same. They're gonna look at her differently than the way they look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
they
when
fear the
you
color of your skin.
and it's not
And
about
yeah,
even
but
fearing the color of your skin. It's just that we automatically have those prejudices against us.
and they control the money. They control the money. They still control the money. And like when I had my job when I first got promoted to assistant vice president. No, it was VP. Anyway, no, it was assistant vice president. And so they promoted this white guy. They promoted this white guy that had been in the business half the time I was in the business. Started out at the company as a temp working in the mailroom. Because he's white, he got promoted to VP. I had to go to my boss and I'm like, well, I want to know how many hoops I got to jump through. And he's like, what? I said, I've been here 17 years. It took me 17 years to be assistant vice president. I've been here 17 years, broke my back for this company, but somebody that started out, he came to this country to ride bicycles, to race bicycles. And then he gonna get promoted before me?
I can tell you why. Because in those corporate offices, they know that in this generation, we catching up. Straight up, we catching up. And so we are automatically a threat to their company because they know if we took one of those higher spots, it's going to be a completely different ball because we most likely going to have people that look like us.
That's why I said it's at a fee.
But that's not necessarily true because you see a lot of.
I'm not saying all the way. I'm not saying all the way.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead.
No, okay. I was just saying as a leader or as somebody who's going to get to those ranks, they feel feared because of they don't want to be replaced, okay?
Right.
By somebody who was deemed stereotypically not going to be able to make it. Keep in mind, a lot of people always think about our Black history starting off as slavery. Never in the ancient time. Never being the richest country in the richest continent in the world still now. They always think of the slavery times. So imagine our mentality having a slave mentality to being free, to be able to vote, to have a Black president, and now we're running corporations all over the country. A lot of white people don't want that. Again, not everyone, but not a lot of white people want that. And so, and again, I don't know your situation when it came to being assistant VP for 17 years. But again, it could be you were a threat because you know the ins and outs of that company.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's true. That's true to a point. But after that happened, now it didn't take me 17 years before I made VP. It only took like 4 or 5 years. But you guys' generation are a little bit different too, because you guys, like you were just saying earlier, you're not putting up with that shit. You're not being disrespected, blah, blah, blah. One reason is because you millennials, you guys were given everything. Everything had.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's because you can wake up today in today's society. You can wake up today, go to a 9-to-5 job, and allow someone to talk to you like a dog for no pay, and you can have a friend that don't go to work at all, and he just invented something and make $1 million. You can wake up and become a millionaire every day. So why would I stay at a job and allow somebody to disrespect me?
Yeah, but what if you have you have responsibilities where you really need that job?
Yeah, so you gotta think.
Why are we justifying abuse?
No, yeah, like if you're in the technology world and if you're an engineer, okay, why would I stay at this job? I can go probably leave this job, make more money with more respectable people. Like my talent.
It's not that easy though for a Black man.
It's not. Yeah, I disagree,
it's not
bro.
that easy at all.
You guys say that. You guys say that now. But as I see how my cousin operates through this world, it's very easy for Black men, especially if you got talents. He ain't went to college. Most of the jobs my cousin gets, you need a degree. He has the talent and the skills, like most people. So he out there, with the big dogs running. Oh, I need 180 I need 180. You don't want to give me 180? I'm gonna go to the next people. Like, yes, it's easy, especially when you're in that type of world. Especially for a Black man, it's getting easier. Especially just being around it. It's all about what you can do. No one's like, oh, I can go, my talents can go elsewhere. I'm not gonna stand for no disrespect. And granted, yes, that's millennials, and that comes from how we were raised, from how our parents talked to us as we got older. Oh, I'm not gonna allow you to speak to me like that way. No one. I'm not gonna allow no one to speak to me that way. And that's just that. I'm not gonna allow you to abuse me for some money or do anything. No one. And that's just that. And that's how that's how our generation live now. It's like, no, I'm not gonna stand for that.
But the thing that we also you got to realize certain things we take to heart, and we may take it a different way than y'all. But when y'all told us from early childhood that you want to see us do better, if we see that you're getting treated poorly in the workforce because you may have taken us to work with you and we're witnessing it, we're like, dang, you want me to be better? Well, guess what, Mom? I'm gonna make sure that I don't take that same abuse. Because you want me to be better. You want me to break the cycle. I'm not going to keep this cycle going where we're justifying abuse in the workforce because it's ridiculous.
Now, what is abuse? What is abuse? Let's be specific.
Verbally abusive. That's really the number one thing
like
that they
cussing
do.
you out abusive or
no, like
or insulting
I ain't never got cussed out.
No, I'm not saying even cussed out. More like I think she's trying to say
all that stuff, and they think it's okay.
I think when she said
I didn't hear anybody what they said.
I think when she's speaking on abuse, I think it's more like you're not about to contradict me. You're not going to talk down to me. You're not going to belittle me in front of people. Like not like, oh, you cussing me out, because you ain't gonna cuss nobody. You ain't gonna cuss no grown folk out, and then you ain't gonna get cussed out.
Yeah. Like, I guess it's different for the military then.
No, I'm just saying you're not about to belittle me. You ain't about to cuss me out. You're not going to talk down to me. You're not going to think you're better than me. You're not going to put your values above mine. It's just none of that.
Just none of it for the betterment of the company. No, not them wording or talking down to you, but the way that they choose certain decisions that you may not necessarily agree with.
No, I can understand that. I can understand
that. Business is business. You don't put your emotions when it comes to
business is business.
But you're literally deliberately disrespecting somebody. That's unacceptable. But now to make sure the job gets done, the job's gonna get done because I understand at the end of the day this is business and you got to do what you got to do. If I'm doing my job though and you're being disrespectful, that's a problem. And the fact that people can't even go to HR, which is that's what their job entitles, but they don't even practice it. Human resources. That's not even what they are anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I have another question. Why do men this is for the men. Well, women do it too though. Why would you break up with someone and say, I broke up with this person because, we couldn't get along because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And it just wasn't working. I don't care for that person in that way. But then you keep going back and dipping with them.
It's because we miss a piece of them that makes us feel safe.
I'm going to tell you why. I could definitely tell you why. Because I don't want to be out there just sleeping with random people to catch the disease. So therefore, I know what this is. I could granted, we might be fighting, but sex is sex. It goes back to the last conversation. Sex is just sex. I'm horny, you horny. We know each other. I don't got to try to figure you out. You don't got to try to figure me out. That's why. Like, we already got that history, got that connection. I'm already promoted in you, connected to you, right?
And that's even though, you're not together anymore, and there might be 6 things you can't stand about that person, but I've seen it happen on both sides, women, male and female. Well, I can't stand him. He does this, he does that, but then you'll go back and dip though.
Yeah,
that's because the women probably think, excuse me, guys, but women probably think the dick is good, so they probably want to go back for it.
I was just about to say that. I was about to say, your relationship could be horrible, but your sex life could be like an action movie.
Like a whole porno.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about like a John Wick film. You in there getting it, and like you're not about to go find out with somebody else. Like they're like, damn, I gotta go try to find this with somebody else. Nah, I'm gonna just keep dipping into the same pot. It's good.
Because for guys, it's too much work to try to find something new, especially when a lot of women nowadays don't even want to entertain it. We're used to a particular person, and we exactly what Jay said. We know how they feel sexually, and they
You
know
know,
how we feel sexually and physically.
it's like, you know what it is? It's like a pot of your grandma's famous gumbo. You keep going back,
Let
getting
them
bold
use you, Dre.
until it's gone.
Let them use
Until
you,
it's
Dre.
gone.
Let them use you. See, exactly that. Let them use you. Good analogy, man. Good analogy. That grandma's gumbo.
Like you keep
Wow.
going back, you keep going back until it's gone.
You
Until she
keep
like,
going
fuck it, we can't keep doing this. And you're like, all right. Until
Now,
you're really
in your frame, okay, in your frame of mind now, the way just the person that you are now, in your skin now. This is for both male and females. When you get 70, what do you think you would get turned off by your significant other's wrinkles, pot belly, male titties, hanging
not milk.
gut?
They
you
my
know,
titties.
you know what?
They mine.
This might sound like body shaming, and I really don't want it to sound like body shaming, but yes.
Absolutely. Those are my man's
You were gonna
titties.
say that.
That's my man's beer belly, and it's all mine. That's
Yeah.
right.
Like I understand people are like,
Now,
what?
I'll be honest.
She did this and that. Yes, that's all cool. But now you look like this. Like fuck.
But what about the way you look? You're older too.
Well, that doesn't have to do with me. Nothing to do with me. That's your decision like this. I don't have to like that.
So you're saying if you're with, even though you might not be married, but say you're saying if you're with somebody for 40 years from now, how old are you, Dre?
28.
Okay, so say 40 years from now, or not even 40 years from now, say 20 years from now, you'll be 68. And say if you stay with the same person from 30 to 68, you're in love with this person, you care about this person.
You did that math wrong, but okay.
No. I'm
No,
just saying.
we got it. I got it.
No, say you start dating
I got
somebody.
it.
No. I said, say you start dating somebody when you're 30, and that's the person you're with for the rest of your life. And so when you guys reach the age of say 68, if she wrinkled and all that, you're gonna say, I can't fuck with you.
No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna be honest. If we like, you put it that way, I'm just gonna ask, can we bring a younger lady into the group?
I can't wait.
A woman's body changes over the years, especially if she had a kid.
I understand that. I respect that. I understand you give our young teens.
Y'all don't gotta deal with stretch marks and saggy boobs from breastfeeding.
What? That's a lie. That's a lie. I got a stretch mark right here. I got a stretch mark right here. I got a couple of them things.
It's not the same.
All right,
But you know what? You're gonna think differently.
I'm gonna be honest. The whole I'm not gonna call it. Forget it. The whole excuse of because I had a baby does not matter anymore. Because there are people who have had more than one child, and they got themselves
good
in order with the way that they look, i.e., Beyonce or who was it, J-Lo and
Hold on, wait a minute. We can't compare.
That might not be somebody's genetics. You're using celebrities that do extra and who can afford to lose weight.
Hold on. I knew y'all was gonna go there. Now we may not have the number one trainer in the world training us. However, it is still possible for you to get yourself in order if you choose to do so. If you choose to do so.
And you said
talking about like, huh?
No, and I was agreeing with you, bro, because you were saying like it takes you to get back in shape, and that goes to I see older women nowadays that are ripped, like good body. You be like, excuse me, like straight up.
You're talking about weight. She mentioned like wrinkles and stuff like that.
Yeah, wrinkles and all. Wrinkles and all. Abbed up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I get that. 50. I met a 70-year-old lady. I met a 70-year-old lady, and I thought she was 40. I kid you not. These 70.
It's possible.
Did you do her?
Bill Wayne. That lady is 70
Dre.
years old. Do you see the way she
Did you
looked?
do her?
Dre, did you
Did you
smash?
do
Dre,
her?
did you hit it?
I didn't hit it. It was a married lady. She was a married lady, you know, but she looked good. Wrinkles in her.
Okay.
She was like in shape. She didn't have all that extra. She was in shape. Like she wasn't like the skinniest,
Yeah.
but she was fattest. Like she was a good weight. She was like, oh my, like you'd be like, oh my gosh, like you how old?
Well, for me personally,
Yeah,
I'm not
see, I
gonna
think
let
it's
I'm not gonna let myself go as I get older. I'm going to be in shape, but that may not look the same as what you see in magazines. So you have to be able to be like, you know what, that's in shape for her body. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's
No,
genetics too.
Okay, can I say something? For men, we're very physical beings. We like to see the physical. So the moment we see you and we like the way you are shaped, we expect you to keep it that way for a while. Because that's what
Right.
attracted us to you. Now,
Even when you're
hold
old.
on. Now, hold on. Yeah, even when you're old. Now, let's just say, for example, we saw you in the shape that we liked, and you accepted that. And then 20 years, let's just make it shorter. 20 years down the line, you decide to let yourself go because at one point you used to like to go to the gym. Now that you have kids, you decide to not go to the gym. Now, what starts happening? Your body starts changing. And then he's not talking to you because he expected a certain thing that he saw that attracted him to you. But you stopped doing it. So what do you think is going to happen?
So why
But
can't
that's
my
your
man come to
responsibility.
me and
No,
say, hey,
that's
babe, let me
exactly.
help motivate you. Let's go to the gym together. Why not motivate me instead of sitting over here
Wait,
having an issue with somebody's
Who's
weight?
sitting over
So
where?
wait.
Who's sitting
Why
over
the
where?
hell do I gotta motivate you?
Because you her man. Why
Do you
can't
got
I
no
motivate you? You
wait,
motivate
you may
me.
see
Oh,
something that
bullshit,
I
Dre.
don't see, just like I
wait,
may see something that you
wait,
don't see. Wouldn't you want me to
wait,
come to you with it?
wait. So you telling me you don't see your ass getting bigger and bigger every day?
Some people don't look in the
You
mirror
such an
like that because
asshole.
some people don't like getting and looking
You
at
such
themselves
an
in the mirror.
asshole, Dre. You are
Like,
such an asshole.
Okay, well, would you expect somebody? Okay, you're saying that now, but would you expect somebody to still give you head if your balls hanging to your knees?
No,
Right.
you gotta suck these things. But there's somebody out there that will.
I can't with you, Dre. I can't.
Well,
That's no
hold on.
point.
To be
No
honest,
point.
Dre got a point. Because if you see yourself getting bigger and you ain't the dress size you were before, doesn't that kind of give you the sign? Like,
But,
hey, I
but,
need to
but, but
change
that's
something?
not your first priority when you have kids involved, when you dealing with everyday life. That's not the first thing
No,
on your
that's not
mind.
true, Natasha. That's not true.
That
There's
is true.
no, because there's plenty of black women, white women, Asian, gray, whatever that had kids. I'm talking about jobs. Still got jobs. I know a girl that got 3 kids, and she still find time to go to the gym, go to work, take care of her household. So there's no excuse for that.
But that
You,
means her kids don't have no. Her kids ain't in sports. Bullshit. She
it
must
don't
have a
matter.
nanny.
She
She
got good
must
kids.
have a
Her
nanny.
You don't
kids
know
still-
that.
She
It,
must have a nanny. She has a nanny because
it
it's hard to
don't
wear a lot of hats.
That's besides the point.
Come on. Don't give her that. Don't give her that.
That's
But I'm
besides the
just
point.
saying.
She got any of that. Granted, she don't, because she hella evil and she ain't got no damn baby daddy. I mean, no dude. But that's besides the point. Like, she still finds the time to take care of herself because I see a lot of bigger women nowadays, and like they're not living like we're already not living that long. We already got high blood pressure and everything else. But like people be like, this fat is cute. I'm big. That shit is not cute. It's not cute because it's not healthy for you.
But it's something for it's different strokes for different folks. If you can't handle the package, keep it moving.
No,
Get off the
no,
bull.
no,
The
no,
package
Obviously, you
wasn't like
can't.
that when I first met
no.
you.
Because don't
But
get
my
me
thing
wrong.
is, okay, so you think you're gonna be that same way 30 years from now?
Oh no,
I
I
mean,
know,
You
as
think
long
that?
as it's as
Natasha.
small as I
You
I
think
know
you
I'm
ain't
gonna
gonna
be
have
a
no
fat
beer
ass.
belly?
I'm gonna be a fat
me,
ass.
no.
I
Nope.
might 9 times
Nope.
out of 10. If I don't get my abs back within the next 2 to 3 years, I'm gonna be a fat ass. That's hands down. I know it is.
The way my body is set up, I cannot get a beer belly. I'm sorry.
Right. I know what it is.
Okay.
But
Seriously.
your
I
wife,
know.
You
No,
say that now.
no, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I had Ellington, I gained 35 pounds. I didn't like it. I could not fit in my jeans. I couldn't fit in my sweats, shorts, or anything. I really looked like a capital B. And
You know,
then my parents came to me and made it an insult. And then from then on, I vowed to myself, as many kids as I have, I will not gain 35 pounds and keep it there. I'm going
you know,
to
you
keep it off.
it
Go ahead,
sounds
Trey.
good.
Go ahead.
It
know.
sounds
I'm just
good,
gonna be
Jonathan.
honest. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell y'all time. Well, I'm gonna tell you why big is bad. You know, this might sound rude, but being fat is an inconvenience. For you,
Oh God, I
for
know where you're
you, and
going.
everyone around you. And I'm gonna tell you why. You know, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed because I wasn't the only one. I went to a theme park for my friend's little kid's birthday party. We were getting on rides. My fat ass was kicked over for 3 roller coasters because the damn thing didn't close over me. That's not fun. Really, I wasn't the only one. You feel
You
me?
went to Great America. You
I
went to
was.
Great America. Yeah.
I was. Great America. I said these motherfuckers must have got smaller.
I'm laughing because it happened to my son. That's why I'm laughing.
Yeah, it's not only embarrassing, it's an inconvenience. Being fat is an inconvenience for the people you're with and yourself.
Yeah, but it's not always fat. I'm talking about sometimes I've seen people skinny, bone skinny, and flabby as hell. I mean,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
because
How?
they were once fat in life and they never had the surgery, could never get the money for the surgery.
no, some people are
God.
skinny, and once they age, they get saggy. I'm an exception to the rule. I don't know why,
Yeah,
but I am.
because black is beautiful and we
So
don't
wait,
cry.
Oh Lord.
but yes, okay.
If you
Oh,
don't
'cause
mind me asking, how old?
that's just no muscle density at that point. That's just like them not working out and they're literally just their body letting go. Like that's like no muscles at all.
And
I got a
it's just
question.
lack of movement. It's just
Yeah,
lack of movement. Go ahead, Alexa.
that's all that is. That's all that is. Because there's
All
old people out there. Vera Wayne, 70,
walking
71
for
years old.
miles.
That's
Walking
money
for
in
miles.
plastic
Genetics.
surgery.
That's it.
And that's plastic
Huh?
surgery. Bullshit.
Hey,
That's
don't talk
money in
about Vera
plastic
like that.
surgery.
Hey, don't
It's
disrespect Vera
plastic
Wayne.
surgery.
She rocking them 6-inch heels though. I gotta give it to
They go through the plastic surgeon like it's no tomorrow. Every time
That's
they
not
have a baby, they
true.
go. A
Natasha,
lot
we
of
don't know these
Real.
people. We don't know what these folks do with their money.
okay. Y'all
That
you.
might
So my
be
next question,
But
to
she
step
do.
away from this fat shaming that y'all keep giving off.
Right, because
Uh,
y'all really doing it.
right.
there was
Y'all
no fat
right.
shaming involved. There was no fat
Yes,
shaming
there
involved.
was. It
Because I'm
was.
fat. I'm fat. So there's no fat shaming.
Okay. So the next question is how does the dynamic of sex change as you get older?
I think it's
Your body
better.
don't
It
want
gets
to.
I think it's better. I think you have less inhibitions. You're more adventurous.
See?
You have more
We were just
experience.
talking about that.
You have more
yeah.
experience.
You give them exactly what they need, exactly what they need, instead of trying to figure it out.
Right. We were just talking about this. It's like you get more in tune. You start doing other things. You'd be like, "Ooh, let's try that." Like, let's try. It's just different. Younger
Well,
generation.
I think when you older though, you get more comfortable with yourself too.
Exactly.
So you gonna be like, hey, you know what I mean? I can whatever.
Exactly.
And you just comfortable in your own skin. When you comfortable in your own skin, you're more free.
More free.
Mhm.
Free to have fun.
So and you don't give a fuck what a person think. You just gonna be free. You gonna be you.
Right.
Now,
You
would
be
you
out there.
okay? Along that same
Take me
line,
as I am.
would you freak out if in the middle of the night you heard your grandfather or grandmother and they're doing it?
No.
Yes. Don't do that in my house.
Get some boy.
Get
No,
some.
Get
Get
some
some.
boy.
Some.
You know
Do
what?
I
that.
don't want to hear
I'm
that.
not gonna lie.
No.
Get your
I'm
You
not
booty
gonna
know,
lie.
rub. Get
by the
your
No.
grace,
booty
I
by
rub.
the
know.
grace of
I
God,
know.
By the
No.
grace
I
of
just
God,
think the image itself scares me. The
Yeah,
image
I
itself
don't
scares me.
you know,
It's just
I'm
Oh,
the
just
see,
image.
saying,
It's just
right.
like
No.
yuck.
I want to be
It's just
75
super yuck.
still rocking the boots. So why am I going to judge her for getting her some?
I wouldn't
right? I'm just
judge,
saying,
but I don't
Again,
want to hear it.
again, I'm not
Yeah, but
judging.
I mean,
It's
look,
But
you
the
got to
just like
watch
image
your
some
I'm
music.
music
worried
getting
Woke
about.
a
up.
loud ass movie like Terminator, you better figure it
bruh,
out. But I'm still
you
not
you ain't gonna be
Just say
thinking
you
that
just
not
happen.
going home upstairs.
you're not gonna. By the grace of
You don't
God,
want to
if
hear
we
it.
get that
Just
No,
say
age,
you wake
you
up
better
at
play
1
a movie
o'clock in
with
the
some
morning.
machine guns.
I'm just saying, by the
Wake
grace
up
of
at 1
God,
o'clock
if
in
I
the
ever
morning.
get that old, I want to
Listen,
still be
1 o'clock
doing
in
it.
the morning, you say like, "What's that noise?" You know, I said, "Do you hear something?"
I'd be like,
They
nope,
come
turn
out.
off the TV.
No,
Ain't
they
none of my
fucking
Turn the
business.
TV up.
Yep. A
right.
loud
'Cause
ass movie
you
too.
gotta remember, we're gonna get old one day, so you're gonna be thinking like, you gonna thinking like, man, I hope I can get some at this age.
I hope. Right.
Right.
I
I
want my
hope
hair to
if
still.
I'm
The
I want
85,
to.
90 still, I still hope I'm out there getting some. If I'm 85, 90 and I look good, I hope and I still work, everything work. I hope I'm still out there in the streets.
In the
again,
streets
the
of the
image for me just disturbs me 10 times over.
Right, me too.
You,
I
It's like
agree,
looking
Jojo.
at
That's
cow
just
udders dangling,
you,
just cow udders.
that's just
Just I can't do. No, no. Old cow udders. That's all I see. It's just like yeah. And he looks like Jabba the Hutt. Can you imagine? An old cow and Jabba the Hutt together just makes me just disturbed. That's what I think of. My
I feel
my
like it would
granddad.
only gross you. I feel like it would only gross you out if it's foreign.
Yeah,
For you
because
to
I've
hear
never heard
your
my parents have sex.
right now,
So
for me, it would be a little foreign for me to hear about my great grandparents, but my
what?
grandparents, no. But my great grandparents, I'm like, hold on, like
yeah, that's
that's a little
questionable.
different because
What
that's not
medicine are you taking?
normal. But like, if it's normal for my
well, your
grandparents,
grandmother ain't normal. You don't have a normal
exactly,
grandmother.
I know
What
that. So
about
like,
me?
That's a little
get
different.
Are you
some,
talking
mama,
about me?
get
You talking
some,
about me?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
talking
get
get
about
mine.
some.
you.
Yes.
I'm gonna get mine. I'm single. I'm gonna get mine. I'm telling you, I'm get mine. I mean, and I'm 60 years old, and I'll be
You better
61
tell
this
us,
year.
Grandma.
You better tell him, Miss Jacket.
Tell
You
us.
better
You better
get.
tell us.
I'm gonna get mine. Ain't nothing wrong with me.
You better
And
get it. You better get it, girl.
as the old folks say, I'm still a bad motor scooter. That's an old That's an old term. That's even before my time term. But yeah, I'm
Oh
gonna get
God.
mine. So that's why Tasha
Why we
tried.
all fit?
That's why Tasha tried to clown me, cause she know my friend will be out here in 2 weeks, and ain't nobody gonna be in the
Okay,
house.
that's enough. We
I'm
we
banging
recording it.
all over the
It's
damn house. Nobody.
recording.
Wait,
It's
your friend?
recording.
And they
No,
sending
it's
the
Is
kids
this
to
friend
recording.
me.
a guy or girl? I'm just wondering. I'm just curious.
You're
I'm new to this
recording.
family.
You're recording, Jackie. I
And
think
this
you need
is
to
this is
relax.
sip and speak. We keep it 100 over here.
Well, don't put it on.
Sipping.
Don't put it on Facebook. I don't want none of my other booze to find out. You can put it on Instagram. Don't put it on Facebook.
Oh god.
I
Oh
don't want to get
Trying
god.
to keep
busted.
that in.
Oh my god.
I don't want to get busted, so
Oh,
don't put this on Facebook because they might be scamming my Facebook.
She my
Don't put
spirit
it on
animal. Oh
Facebook.
Lord.
You can keep it on
you
Instagram.
did.
I don't want my other side burners to back burners to know what's going on. I don't have, the back
Side
burners.
Not
burners.
the side burner.
The
You
back
said
burners be
side
the ones. The back burners be the ones scanning your internet and stuff. Don't put shit on Facebook.
Oh,
No.
goodness.
burners.
This
Oh my god.
okay, so that's the question of the day. What's wrong with side chicks and side dudes in relationships?
If you're single, nothing. If you're in a
Right.
committed
Good.
related, but if you're in a committed relationship, be in a committed relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because
if
if
you
you
feel like
Is
you're
it more
if you
acceptable
need
being
a
single?
side piece, that means you need to be single.
You know what's crazy about that question? Because it's not even like nowadays we live in. You don't even need to have a side piece. Most girls, they're willing to. Okay, slide her
What you
through.
want? What type of character you want in the bedroom today? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Most
Like,
girl,
look, if you even think for an instant
Right?
to
No,
pull
no, no,
another
no,
go in there with a whole new wig, talking about what you would do
no,
next.
no,
Like,
Alexis.
let
I'm
the
speaking
best
about more like
be wrong.
I'm speaking more about like as I see in a world, most girls are into let's have another girl in our relationship. We can have a three-way relationship. Like
That is trending.
we don't need
That
to
is
cheat.
trending.
I can't do that. I can't do
I
that. It
can't
don't
do
do.
that.
It don't do.
But you
I
see
mean,
that, but you see it
it don't
trending
do nothing for
in
me.
that generation. You see a lot of girls doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
girl.
I
it
see
don't
it
Like
do
all
nothing.
yeah,
I mean,
over Instagram.
it don't do nothing for me. I don't. It don't do nothing for me watching
I
each other
absolutely
share a
agree.
dude. It don't do nothing for me. It don't. It don't do nothing for me.
you know, it's not even about it's not even about the sex. Sometimes it's about the more. It's more of about the security and the bag. We all live together and under one roof. We got three incomes coming in under one
Going
roof.
right back
Oh,
into
come on,
polygamy
Dre.
that we
Oh
talked about the
gosh.
other day. We dived into polygamy.
Right
I
back
told
into it.
you it's the financial status out there. It makes it bigger if you got three people doing it together.
Right.
No,
Like
We
I'm
you
just
not
live
said,
in
dealing
a
with
different
another. I'm
right.
not
time.
dealing with another
So
female
y'all
on
would
her
be
menstrual
y'all be
cycle.
okay with another guy in the house?
No,
Fuck no.
No, that's
no.
what I'm saying. No, come on now. Be
You
fair
wouldn't.
about it
You would
then.
not be okay with another guy in the house because you get mad talking about why he always get the pussy and I get the booty, or why he always get the left titty when I want the left titty. You know,
Feel the difference like Steven.
so you would
Oh
you would
my
not
god.
accept you would not accept another guy because you'd be like, shit, why that nigga always on the left one? You know that's my favorite one. You would trip like that, so it would not work. You wouldn't want another guy in there. You would
Definitely
not.
not.
Okay, but
Because
you think it's okay the other way.
men are territorial. Females can get along. It's like a
We're
pack of.
territorial too. Do you not get
Yes,
that?
Not
we
as much as
are.
We
guys
turn into like
though.
a whole lioness.
That's what I was gonna make that example. It's always a pack of lionesses, and it's always one king,
Yep.
one male lion. You feel me? It's always like
Oh
that.
wow.
Wow.
No,
Okay
no.
Think of it.
then.
Think of it.
Y'all
Think of
sound
it.
like
Have you ever heard of a single woman trying to go after a married man?
Oh
I
yeah.
have
Yeah.
seen it.
yeah.
But and the mistake they make is because if they're with got that married man long enough, they still have they always have it in their mind probably that he going to eventually leave his wife to be with her, and it never happens.
Right. Therefore,
Right.
women are more acceptable to why cheat, why have a side piece. I could love her too.
And the people that do that though, they're thinking that
Oh
this
god.
guy cares about me enough where he's going to leave his wife, and they stupid because it never happens. 9 out of
Yeah.
10
Nope.
times it never happens.
And that's
It might
why.
happen on a rare occasion, but 9 out of 10 times he's not leaving his wife and his kids. You've been giving him the pussy for free for 20 years, 15 years. So why
That's why.
Mhm.
And that's why women. And
anyway?
that's why women just say, why cheat? We might as well just bring her here. I ain't gonna cause she not gonna leave. Your wife not leaving. Then your side chick's definitely not leaving. So forget it. Might as well have a family.
Yeah, but a lot of
Trey,
times when a
no.
woman gets older, that kind of stuff, Dre, has different meaning. Like if you're doing that and the women's older, sometimes the women don't leave because they say, I don't care what that motherfucker do. I'll go do me too because ain't no other bitch getting my money, getting that half of that retirement and half of that. That's when the business part of the marriage comes into play. So a lot of women will say, I don't give, if he wants to go out there and fuck around, this is more so older women. He want to go out there and fuck around, I don't care because she ain't getting the money. Because
Right.
I will
I
never.
do hear a lot of older women say that. They say as long as you pay the rent on the first, I don't give a damn. I've heard that before.
Because that means because
So
they out there doing them. Because they out there doing them, and yeah, it's like that's like if you marry and y'all out there both doing y'all. It's like that's when you go back to the business point. Like, okay, yeah, you could do you, as long as these bills is paid and everything else, and our money is good. Because I'm not going anywhere, you not going anywhere. We got this foundation, and that's where most women. That's why most women stay because I'm not leaving my home. Like, not leaving.
Well, I guess it depends on the foundation that you're willing to live off of because some people ain't gonna live off of no foundation like that. That's a little
That's
shaky
true.
for some
That's
people.
true. That just goes back to the person. the person's individual's personality and their selves.
Yeah.
It varies by generation. I think it very like me.
It
I could give 2 cents. I make my own money. I make 6 figures. I can make my own money, so I'm not as dependent upon.
Jackie, you said you single?
Huh?
You said you was single?
Yeah.
You saying
Shut up, Dre. You don't leave my mama alone. You are stupid.
But I'm just saying. You're so stupid.
I heard 6 figures. I heard 6 figures and my mind went somewhere else. Like, Jackie, how you doing?
No, but I'm just saying. At my age, it's if you have your own, I told, always tell my girls, I said, if you don't listen to anything I tell you, make sure you're always in the position to take care of yourself and to take care of your kids if you have any.
And that's what Alexis said to Alexis.
Hey, I hear that a lot. That's what Siobhan said. She said, my mama always told me. Yeah, that's mama. She said, my mama. She's like, yeah. She's like, my mama always told me. She's like, somebody always told me that make sure I can afford this place before I move in with a man.
I told her that. I just tell her and Tasha that all the time. If you don't listen to nothing else I say, listen to that. Make sure you're always in a position to take care of yourself.
Jonathan, that goes back to the conversation we had before, where we say that women are hard to be led. You know what I mean? Like, we always say independent, and we don't let that man come in and be a leader.
Such a shame. We all have to be a leader, but again, we have to pass that quote unquote shit test to prove to y'all that we are.
On that point, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just want to, on that point, not all men are fit to be leaders, and they don't deserve to be.
We talked about that too.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. Not all Negroes is out here to be a leader, because sometimes some of these females be leading these niggas into glory, and they be forgetting about that.
Yep.
No, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. But I think for a lot of men that I know, they want to be that leader. But the headstrong woman that they are dealing with doesn't want to necessarily relinquish her power, per se, if that's the way to use it. And that's why I think it becomes an issue.
I respect what
you give her a reason to.
Right, I was just about to say that. You gotta show her why you should be the leader. You can't just be demanding.
Show me that you can bring better than what I already have.
Right.
No, I don't agree with that.
I disagree.
That we can grow together.
I disagree with that. Here's the reason why I disagree. Because, hold on. Here's the problem with that statement. Because if I gotta prove to you that I'm worthy, that means you're in control.
Yep.
If you want me in control, I'm not going to prove to you that I'm in control by giving it to you. That means you're in control.
Okay, I gotta
persuade you. No, I ain't gotta prove nothing. I ain't gotta prove nothing to you. That's how I show my strength. It's how you trust me.
Jonathan.
What? When you speaking on control, how are you in control? How? That's what I want to know. Control how?
Okay. I'll give you an example. A lot of women say a man needs to have such and such, like a house, some money, and be responsible financially, like paying bills or whatever the case. In that case, a lot of women need that for their financial security, right? And he says, "Well, I have a job, I have this. Now, are you telling me I have to prove to you that I am worthy enough to protect you? No, miss me with that.
No.
Miss me with that. I'm giving you the power of myself, but yet you want me to be the leader of you, and I need your. I'm good.
But the best type of love is being vulnerable. If you can be vulnerable,
that's fine. Yes.
And I'm talking to headstrong. If you can be vulnerable sometimes, and not saying be vulnerable for everybody. You can't be vulnerable for everybody. You can't. Because like Dre said, everybody's not built to lead. But when you see that your man is a leader, you can be vulnerable and let him lead. You put your sit down, relax, and let him lead. It's not gonna hurt
Yeah,
you.
don't say, "Oh, you're not good enough." Bye. It's not to
Yeah,
my
you can't say
standards. Bye.
that.
Like, nah,
I
nah.
wouldn't say,
My
I
character is
wouldn't
Exactly.
tell
completely
somebody
different. I ain't
you're not
got that.
good enough.
No, I'm not saying you will verbally say that, but the attitude behind it, it's like
Yes,
I need this type of man.
it's
You
already
need
there.
this. I'm this. I'm
Gotcha.
like, okay, fine, bye, bye, fine. I'm not about to chase you. You looking for a
As
leader?
soon
I'm
as
here.
you
I'm here.
right, as
I'm
soon
sorry.
as
Go
you
ahead.
learn that,
I,
as soon as you learn that, but see,
Okay.
I learned it at a late stage. I wish I learned that at 25. Because as soon as you
Mhm.
learn that even regardless of how much, say if you even make more than your husband, you
You
still
know what's
let him
crazy?
lead.
Right. You know what's crazy
You
about
still
that though?
let him lead.
It's hard for most females nowadays to let a man lead because they've been broke, they've been hurt so many times. But saying that, back to saying on that, is because they out there already doing it by themselves, already out there doing it, paying their bills, got
Right.
houses, got their
And
own
then
big
you
back.
don't, but those women might stay single. If you
That's not
if you truly,
that's not necessarily true though.
Well,
Okay, explain.
women my age, a lot of times they were the head of the households and so forth. A lot of times, but they would let a man think he leading because it's
right.
advantageous to them. A lot of women, especially my age, they let a man. Yeah, I'm gonna let him think he in charge, but I know really who's in charge. But I'm gonna let him think he in charge because that's what makes him happy. That's what I'm gonna do.
Ooh, that's that old school dirtiness right there.
But no, but it's true because at the
It's
end of the
true.
day, when you're in a partnership, that your husband is still gonna come to you and ask you for your advice. Like, oh, what you
Yeah,
think
for a lot
about
of
this?
different reasons.
And so at the end of the
Yes.
day, you guys are still deciding together, but you know what I mean? But you can still let your husband say he got the final say, even though y'all discussed it.
Yeah. If
So
he
then
has the
that's
final say,
basically
he has
just
the.
that co-sign what Mama just said, basically.
It
No, yeah,
is.
I
I'm just
get it.
saying
I
that.
get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I gotta go. It was great talking to you guys. I gotta go
See
pick
you
up
Oh
later.
gosh, she got to go get on the phone with her boo.
Oh, okay. It's about
Well,
that
I gotta
time
do
for you.
both, but I gotta go pick up your
She gotta get
dad.
her man. What y'all mad for? What y'all
That's about that
I
time. Go
gotta
make a phone call, Mama.
make a
Yeah,
phone
Bye.
I gotta
call?
go pick up Papa, and then my calls get ready
Okay.
to come in about
Okay.
20 minutes.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
But
all
I
right,
gotta
bye.
bye.
Go ahead
Bye.
now. Mm-hmm.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate.
No, we
Ooh.
don't hate the
Don't hate me. I'm doing the thing. Don't be clowning me. Shit.
game.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm trying to be that lit.
You can't even get off the call.
You trying to be that way?
I'm trying to be lit like her when I get her
How do
age.
I get off the call? I'm trying to hang up.
Exactly.
You
Look
can't
at you
even
trying
get out.
trying to bow out
There's
all
a red button.
sassy. So now
There's
you
a red
can't even
button
get
on
out
the side.
can't even get out the damn chat. Look at you.
Red button on the side. Red button on the side.
So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It definitely depends. I think it, like Dre said, I agree with you. When you come to approach a woman who's been doing it from day one, been hustling, been getting everything that she has, it's gonna be hard to bring them walls down and for her to trust somebody to lead her.
So it's about the money.
But you have to let. It's not about the money. This has nothing to do with money.
Yeah, this don't got nothing to do with money at this point.
This has nothing to do with money because she already proved that she can take care of herself. However, she needs to bring her walls down to be able to let the man be a man. Put it like that. These
Mm-hmm.
days, I don't see men being men. I don't
And
see
when
it in y'all
and
generation.
that's why when I go back to you gotta prove you can lead. Like by
Yeah,
stepping up. Like
to you. I'm a man. Why do I need to entertain your work, my worthiness to you? As men, I
Well,
think there is
but
some
that's when you go. But when you're courting her, you're already showing her your worthiness.
right. So why do I need to go through the extra hoops to prove more?
You shouldn't have
No,
to.
Because
we're not saying, but I don't think we're saying that you have to show it more after you courted. But what we are saying is that is the time for you to show that you can be a leader is when you're in the dating phases. At some point, it has to
okay.
get shown how you are as a leader.
you
But we're not
so
saying like in a long term relationship or marriage that, oh no, you got to prove to me that you can be a head of the household. Like, no, we should
Okay.
already know that. But
That's
like
like
before we
this.
get to that point.
You say you want to come in and be the leader. Say you and your girl live together. You know, most men pay the rent. Let's just say most men, nine times out of 10, most men pay the rent if they live with their significant other. You know, let's say you want to be the leader, but you got your girl paying all the bills, the rent, the car note,
Yikes.
everything. But you want to lead.
Yeah, no,
You know?
that I agree with. Yeah, that's not leading, bro. That's not leading.
But I don't think that it has to do with money like that. Because
That's not
I don't.
about the money. It's not about the money.
The woman get in the relationship. If it doesn't resolve into some financial security or safety, what is she actually leading you
I
in?
don't agree with that. I don't agree.
I'm
No,
not
no,
saying
I'm
that.
asking. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm asking, like, if he's not leading, I mean, if he's leading financially, right? What else should he be leading in for you to feel comfortable and safe? This is
Spiritually.
I was exactly what Dre said. Spiritually, physically, he should be able to make me feel safe. If I can sleep good at night and I can have a peace of mind because I know if anything happens to me or if I fall off, he has my back and I don't have to question none of that. I don't have to question his loyalty.
You
I don't
might
have to question
like fall off how?
because I make 6 figures. So
Right, I'm
good.
saying. Right.
You know
Fall
what I'm
like
saying?
let's say let's say you lost your job tomorrow, God forbid that happened, and you didn't have no money, in saving. You already financially pay for everything. You already then you like strapped. Then he not working. So now I'm high.
I thought he was over here really like thinking about his thoughts. So I was like, I'm gonna let him
Yeah, I didn't stop you. Go ahead, keep going, bro.
They're
This
open.
is curious.
Yeah, they're open.
Okay.
So then, damn, I gotta get back on train of thought. So then, you guys are both like struggling, no money. How can he? What is he leading? Like, it's not about like, yeah, it's like, okay, like you got to take up the ring. You got to show me that you could do this. You got to lead us into the. It's just a lot that goes into that.
No, I agree, but my thing is, I think, well, me, I'm a person that I would never have no man in my house if you can't go to work. Period. I don't care how good it is, you cannot be in this house unless you work. I don't take care of no man. Period. Now, if you fall off and come into some bad luck, I got your back. No question.
Right.
Let's figure out a plan.
Right.
Well,
But
you
I
can't have.
can't deal with a
You
lazy
can't
man.
have. You can't have your back. They can't have your back if you was having theirs. And to begin with.
He lost me.
He's basically saying it's kind of SOL for both parties if both parties are
Right.
struggling really bad.
That's true. No, that's true.
Like SOL.
But sometimes when you get out of that, but if you started from the bottom with somebody and you make it,
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's different.
it's all
Yeah.
good. It's like you see the different struggles. I mean, especially in the job market now, nobody is guaranteed their job tomorrow.
Yeah.
That is so true.
That is true.
And that's because
Very true.
And that's because of this COVID out here.
Right. Look at this. Look at how much unemployment it is.
Right.
Even though
I wish I
some people don't want to go back. Some people don't want to go back to work because they still getting that extra $600 a week, you know.
Right. I wish I had an unemployment check.
Man, some people better off unemployment than it is to go to work.
So true.
No,
I
mean, I see why you would say that, but again, the skills in the long term, you're gonna lose. Here's the reason why I say it that way.
That's true.
Because I own my own business. I teach piano, and I work at another school as well. However, at least half of the students left because of COVID. So that means half of the income from the teachers.
So did you apply for the grant for small business?
No, I did not. Well, the thing is, I didn't apply for it, but all my bills are paid because one, I work at a daycare that is still technically open, I work at a piano job that is also like, even though it's technically closed, I can still do virtual piano, so my money
Can
can still
you
come in, even though I can't really see them like physically. I can still teach them over the phone. And on
But
top
you
of
know
that,
they
I do
still
the
have
same
that
thing with,
available though.
huh?
I said, but you know they still have that available, especially for small black owned businesses. They're giving away free
Okay.
money, so you still should look
John,
into
I'm
it.
just John, bro.
Yeah,
I've been trying to learn
All
how to
money,
play
hey,
piano
all
for
money is
years.
good money. Put your money in your pockets. That could be your little
no,
savings
straight
though.
up,
I'm just saying, can you teach me how to play piano? Because I'm out here trying to serenade some
Oh
females.
God, you ain't gonna. No, you
bro.
can't
I
play
will teach
piano.
you. Don't
You
play.
can't even
I'm
open your
trying to be,
Just
eyes.
bro. I'm trying to be out here like John
Right.
Legend. But oh, me, love song. I'm trying to be out here like John Legend.
right. And to me, I honestly think anybody who has a business should not shut it down because of COVID. I think
I
it is
agree.
the perfect time to keep it up. So when COVID is
No,
actually
that's
over,
not
you
true.
already have
So
it. I'll give you an
that's
example. Hold on.
not
I'll give you an example. My cousin lives in New Orleans, and his gift is cleaning pools. Right now, COVID is still going on. Think about it. COVID is still going on, and the summer is still here. And he's cleaning pools and making money. So let's just say, hypothetically, everything opens up in late July, early August. The summer is still here. He still has clientele. The money's still coming, regardless of COVID. That's why
Right.
I'm doing the business during COVID, because if those businesses, those music businesses that close, don't open again, and I take their customers, I
Yep.
basically keep going, even though the pitfall is right.
No,
Keep your
that's smart.
businesses.
But
Keep them.
also, you know what you should do too is, social media is free advertisement. So especially if you can do
Exactly.
virtually, if you can virtually teach somebody how to play the piano, you can be hitting California, you can be hitting Colorado, you
Literally.
can be, I mean, just get it out
Yes.
there, make you up a little page, and we all will share it. Like I be sharing
Yeah.
on
Yes.
all the
At
community pages.
14.
So that's really smart. I mean, you should really think about doing that.
see,
Yeah.
and
And
that's
I
That'll
why
like,
really build your clientele.
and that's why we kings out here because we know how to get a hustle no matter what.
That's
We
no
don't
matter
right.
let
what,
the economy
ever.
predict our yearly salary.
I agree.
Yeah. Forget
That's good to see.
Like I
that's
don't let
another
the
All
thing.
right,
economy.
y'all, but I gotta go to work tomorrow. But it was great
No,
talking to you
yeah,
guys.
it's great.
This was a good one.
Bye,
Yes, it was.
Natasha.
Bye.